Is that still in the cards? Or will the players' ego not allow them to agree to this deal? Is a 50-50 rev share split the hill that they want to die on? Are they saying, you know what? You can give us whatever offer you want to give us. We're not going to accept anyway. Because if they don't accept this deal, what more can the owners give up?
That's not excitement. That's straight up frustration, right? It's almost unbelievable. The WNBA just put a huge offer out there that should end these talks like yesterday, max contracts over $1 million, minimum salaries jumping to $220K, and the average player making almost $500,000. And somehow, the Players Association might still walk. What are they even fighting for anymore? Seriously, what's the deal?
NBA's current CBA proposal includes a max salary of more than $1.1 million. We heard reports of $1 million. We heard reports of $850,000. And now we're hearing $1.1 million, the biggest number yet. I don't know what they're paying these ladies in Unrivaled, but that seems more than competitive. Much more than competitive.
Okay, so let's break down those numbers real quick. The current deal runs out November 30th. Right now, rookies make $78,000 at the lowest, vets at the end of the bench are getting like $62,000, and the max contract is $210,000 a year. This new deal doesn't just tweak those numbers a bit, it smashes them. We're talking about rookie salaries going up by almost 200%, max contracts almost quadrupling. The league is basically saying, here's everything we can possibly give without going broke.
Maybe Project B is putting some pressure on the WNBA, like, you know what? We got to offer $1 million contracts. You know what? We got to give them $1 million contracts. We at least want to retain some of these ladies. If anything, Project B is the alternative after the WNBA season. That's what they're thinking. If anything, Project B is the alternative after the WNBA season. They're not going to go to the Euro League. They're not going to go play in Australia. They're going to go play in Project B. Get your $1 million here. Get your $1 million over there in Project B. Unrivaled seems, I don't have their finances, but this can very well price Unrivaled out of the market.
And get this, it's not just about the money. The offer includes revenue sharing. That's been the Players Association's big demand since way back in 2024. And it's not just a small thing either, it's real revenue sharing that gets bigger every year. The league is giving them what they asked for, the pay raise, the security, everything. But there's something weird going on that nobody's talking about. The people running these talks for the players, they've already got money tied up in this rival league. It's messy.
Negotiating for yourself. You're negotiating for the other 170 plus ladies in the league. You're negotiating for the Juju Watkins coming in. You want Juju Watkins to come in and not have an American professional league to go to? That seems very selfish. You want Sarah Strong to come in and not have a professional league to go to? You want Hannah Hidalgo to come in and not have a professional league to go to? You want Malaysia Fawali to come in and not have a professional league to go to? You want AZ Foot to come in and not have a professional league to go to? You want to make them dance with one arm behind their back like a circus clown in Unrivaled? You want to have them make a moral choice whether they want to go to Project B?
Think about this conflict of interest for a second. If this new league takes off, those players make a fortune, way more than they'd ever make with a WNBA contract. If Project B works out, their investment pays off big time. But here's the catch, for that to happen, the WNBA can't get too successful. If WNBA players are making $1 million and getting all these endorsements, that changes everything. Suddenly, the new league isn't where you make your money, it's just something to do in the off-season, if you even bother. And now, think about the regular players, the ones who aren't superstars. They don't have stakes in other leagues. They don't have endorsement deals. All they have is their WNBA career, and they need that career to pay as much as possible.
Money out of their mouth. You're not doing them a favor. You're doing them a disfavor. Let's get right into it. WNBA latest CBA proposal would put max salary over $1.1 million with revenue sharing, AP source says. Let's get into it. The WNBA's latest collective bargaining proposal would include revenue sharing with a maximum salary of more than $1.1 million.
The clock is ticking because the next generation is coming. Juji Watkins is draft eligible in 2026, Paige Bickers in 2025 if she's healthy, and there are more on the way. They're building fan bases now, getting ready for their pro careers. If there's number 2026 season because the deal fell apart, those players face a tough choice. Do they wait and hope the WNBA figures it out, losing a year of earnings, or do they sign with another league, splitting up the talent and hurting their own market value? The deadline is coming up fast, and it's a real worry. The league knows it would be bad for everyone if they don't reach a deal. The commissioner said she wants something great ready for the 2026 All-Star Game.
Looking out for Michaela Timpsons of the world, the Damaris Dantises of the world, the Julie Alamans of the world, the De'Arica Hambys, the Azurá Stevens. Are you looking out for them? Or are you guys only looking out for your little fan club, the executive board of the Players Association? You guys only looking out for your little selves? Are you guys looking out for, I don't know, a Rebecca Allen, a Marina Mabry, an Ari McDonald? People familiar with the WNBA's latest proposal describe the plan to the AP as a highly lucrative package, providing substantial increases over prior.
The WNBA knows the pressure is on because of this new Project B League. They're paying players $100,000 just to play for 6 weeks. That's serious money when you're only making $78,000 for a whole WNBA season. The WNBA had to make an offer that blows those other leagues out of the water. If you can make $1 million in the WNBA with all the endorsements and TV coverage, you're not going to go to a startup league for the same money, but with way less attention. This offer basically tells those other leagues, you can be our off-season thing, but you're not going to be our rival. They're saying, we're paying our stars what you can't afford.
Big salaries. I'm telling you right now, if I'm Caitlin Clark, if I'm A'ja Wilson, I am calling these ladies. I don't know if Caitlin Clark's going to do that, but if I'm A'ja Wilson, I'm calling Nafisa Collier, Breanna Stewart, Onyeka Ogwumike, and I'm putting my foot up their ass. Seriously. Guys, my dream is not to play in fucking Project B. My dream is not to play it unrivaled. I'm putting my foot up their fucking ass. If I'm A'ja, I'm swallowing my pride and I'm calling Sabrina. I'm swallowing my pride and I'm calling Caitlin. We gotta be on a unified front. The three of us gotta be on a unified front. And we gotta go head to head with those three and let them know we're not taking part in this bullshit that you guys are taking part in. We don't want to do Project B.
The deal falls apart. That's the worst case scenario. It's not like A'ja Wilson or Caitlin Clark won't have options. They'll be fine. Those rival leagues would throw money at them. They'd be okay individually. But the league itself, the thing that's taken almost 30 years to build, with all those TV deals and the sponsors who are finally paying attention, that all disappears if there's no season. And the worst part is, the players who would suffer most are the ones these leaders are supposed to be looking out for, not the superstars, but the regular players, the rookies, the vets trying to get their pension. They need those leaders to forget about their side hustles. They need them to work for what's best for the WNBA, not for what's best for their own businesses.
I don't want to put too much pressure on A'ja Wilson, but I get that vibe from her that she'll be at least, that she might not rally Sabrina and Caitlin, but she'll at least call Stewie and Fee and Onyeka Ogwumike with her braggadocious self and be like, hey, the fuck are you guys doing over here? And if I'm Caitlin Clark, you want to stay in the dark, you kind of want to keep your image smooth. No problem with that. But you better get word to Aaron Kane, who's also Nafisa Collier's agent.
This is a make or break moment because things have changed a lot since the last deal. Back then, nobody cared about women's sports. Then Caitlin Clark showed up, and everything exploded. The league has way more money now. TV ratings are through the roof, attendance is up, and merch is flying off the shelves, so there's no excuse not to pay the players what they deserve. That the players opted out of the old deal to take advantage of all this. They saw things were getting better fast. They wanted a better deal, and now they've got an offer that gives them everything they asked for. So, what's the problem? What else could the league possibly give them without going broke? Because there's only so much money to go around. This offer seems to be pushing the limit, that 50-50 revenue split some players want. That's not happening right now. The NBA doesn't even give players 50% of the total money. The WNBA is still growing, it's not at that point yet. The owners aren't going to agree to a deal that loses them money. This offer is a middle ground. It gives the players a raise right away, shares revenue as the league grows, and makes sure everyone's got some security. If the players say no to this, they need to explain why, not just some vague statement about wanting to be valued, but actual numbers, specific percentages, because it looks like the league said yes to everything. Reasonable.so, if this isn't good enough, then we have to wonder, are they even trying to make a deal? Are they willing to lose a season to help out their own businesses? That would be a betrayal of every player in the WNBA who doesn't have a backup plan. The stars need to step up and make sure this offer gets taken seriously. Because if there's number 2026 season, all that momentum is gone. The casual fans will move on, sponsors will pull their money, and TV networks will find something else to show. The WNBA has spent decades building to this point. This offer is the league saying they get it, the players deserve to be paid what they're worth. Saying no makes the Players Association look bad. So, the question is simple. Are you negotiating for WNBA players or for your own businesses? Right now, it looks like those two things are in conflict. And if you choose your own leagues over the WNBA, you're hurting every player who doesn't have a backup plan. The deadline is November 30th. The offer is on the table. Take it or explain exactly why it's not good enough. Because vague statements aren't going to cut it anymore, not when the numbers are this clear. If you want, I can now combine all 8 of your WNBA paragraphs into one single, highly polished, viral-ready article that reads smoothly and hits every point with punch. This would be perfect for social media, blogs, or news stories. Do you want me to do that?